their friends, it's time to play. Sarah's stream is on the way. Grab your snacks and settle in. The fun is just about to begin. Hit that subscribe or follow, don't be slow. Sarah's getting ready for the show. Controller in my hand, adventure in this land. New quests every day, button mash, let's play. Cozy vibes and laughter too. Sarah's got some games for you. Chat long and making friends. The good times here will never end. Hit that subscribe or follow, don't be slow. Sarah's getting ready for the show. Controller in my hand, adventure in this land. New quest every day, button mash, let's play. Every stream's a cozy place. With Sarah here, there's joy and grace. So don't be shy, come say hi. Let's make memories, you and I. We're here to chill, laugh and play. Thanks for joining us today. Grab a beverage, take a seat, relax and feel the comfy beat. Sarah will be here soon, so let's start the show.
Hi everyone, welcome in. We are live with some more Spirit Talk. This is just a beta test that we're doing. The full game comes out on June 8th. I've had so much fun playing this game. It is a visual novel. But it has been so much fun, and the developer has mentioned that they've added some new graphics and made a lot of changes, so I'm really curious. This is my second day trying it out. If you'd like to go back to the beginning of the novel, you're welcome to check out my previous content. But here we go. I believe this is day 3. And this novel is about this girl who has kind of taken over her mom's store. She does talk to spirits and finds some very, very interesting people. So let's keep on going in and seeing what's happened. The package I ordered has arrived. August Fletcher and the Mystery of the Carrot Cake. Looks like it's a book. I had no idea there was a whole book series about a capybara detective who solves food mysteries. I hereby declare myself the #1 fan of Detective Fletcher. He is adorable. I hope today is a little more relaxed. What else could possibly happen in my first week of work? I wouldn't say that. That's definitely something's going to happen. Yeah, that's her mom. Her mom has passed away. Spirit Town has gone a long time without having such a direct bridge to the spirit world. I guess things will calm down after a while. Anyway, I'm not complaining. Do you enjoy working here? I think I wasn't aware of how much I wanted to work out here up until now. You cannot fathom how happy I am, Julia. Paul, we met Paul earlier. I hope this isn't too early, Julia. I've just opened the shop. That's great and Paul wanted to connect with his younger brother who had passed. What's wrong, Paul? When I left the shop a couple of days ago, I was incredibly excited thinking about what I could write. But you haven't managed to write anything for the song? It's not that. I just don't think it's good enough. It's missing something. I see, Julia says. Shall we ask your brother? Yes, that'll be for the best. That's his brother. Alex, it's taking you ages to write those lines, Paul. Was it really that hard for you? I only came by 2 days ago. Only 2 days? I know, time works differently for spirits. But your case is quite particular. I've never met anyone who's lingered for so long without fully moving on. That's what rock stars are like. We never know when to quit. Too funny. Ha 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 ha. Show me what you got. Sure. Interesting. Do you like it? Looks like he's reading the lyrics. At least now you know how to listen to yourself, that's for sure. So, do you like it? I didn't say that. Don't get ahead of yourself. It's clear that now you're speaking from the heart with your own voice. But we're still not hitting the spot. You always said that when we were writing songs, Alex. And I remember that many times you'd overthink the songs because of that very reason. Because you'd say we hadn't hit the spot. I remember the song you wanted us to write to surprise that girl. I spent almost a month going back and forth on the song because we couldn't express what we had in mind. What intention did a song need to have to surprise a girl according to you? It was just a little gesture I wanted to make for her. Paul, sometimes I think you play dumb or you just don't see things clearly. Why would you want to surprise that girl? To win her over. What other intention could you possibly want it to have? World peace? To win her over, obviously. Julia's laughing. I must agree with your brother on this one. Unfortunately, so do I. And I seem to recall the goal was more than accomplished. What was her name? Sarah. Are you still in touch with her? She's my wife. Aw, how sweet. What? Everything turned out much better than I expected. Paul laughed. So it seems. One thing is knowing what to write about, but quite another is understanding when the goal of the song isn't being met. And what's the goal of the song we left unfinished? That's the problem. That I never knew. What? Well, there's a solution for that I can make you remember. I think you're not getting the point. I never knew, not before or after I passed away. You've talked a million times about the importance of the goal of the song, but you didn't know what the goal of the last song we were writing was. It's weird, isn't it? Quite. That's just how I am. There's little we can do now. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I know I wanted it to be the song that would take us to stardom. So, was that the goal? Not necessarily, although I did want it to help us achieve that. I wish I could think of the way I used to back then. Maybe I could make some sense of it. That's something I could help you with. Really? Sometimes I forget we're in the presence of Oda Mae Brown. What? Julia is too young to understand that reference, Alex. Kids these days don't know what a good cinema is. I won't argue with you on that one. I'll leave you alone for a few minutes. I hope I can help you remember, Alex. Guess it's time to go make a potion. Mom, who's Oda Mae Brown? Julia, what do you mean you don't know who she is? I don't remember her. When you were little, you thought my job was to investigate crimes and mysteries like Oda Mae Brown did. Oh, Oda Mae did. In the end, it seems that the one who needs the forgotten thought spell is going to be you. Well, I see nobody's going to tell me who she is. Look it up online when you get a chance and watch the film. There's more truth about our work in it than in many others that show our gift. Well, it looks like we need to, I believe, remember something? Spells. Forgotten knowledge, I bet. You feel intellectual growth when glow reveals hidden facts beneath a layer of ancestral harmony. So, Emerald, Twilight, Water, Cosmos. Emerald, Twilight, Water, Cosmos. Let's see if this is what we need. Didn't quite give me a hint. You have created forgotten knowledge. It's not what you were looking for. Uh-oh. I thought that's what we were... Forgotten thoughts? Can I exit? Guess I wasn't paying as close attention. Last time there was some, like, hints. Sorry, I'm getting wind up by a pup. Let's see, what could it have been? I know they were talking about the song. They're not sure what. Forgotten motivation, forgotten thoughts. Maybe it's thoughts. Day oil, sunflower, azurite. Day oil, what was it again? Sunflower, azurite. Yay! You've created forgotten thoughts. It's just what you needed. I think the spell was a complete success. Let's get a Papa treat so she's not whining. I don't know if this is what she needs, though. Okay, I apologize about that. Let's see, maybe, I don't know. Don't you remember your thoughts? I remember them. Holy I didn't remember how addicted I was to pistachio chocolate bars. It was the trend. It was pistachio everywhere. Those thoughts are not really related to our topic. I remember Celia. Who is Celia? Celia was my girlfriend. Oh, I see. I had forgotten about her. As I told you, I've never known anyone to linger with us for so long. I suppose it's normal for you to forget some things. I love Celia very much. What became of her? When you passed, she had a really hard time. She would come by the house from time to time. She would have dinner with us. We would remember you. Are you still in touch? She's part of the family. Oh, that's sweet, like another cousin. She loved you very much, Alex, and she still remembers you fondly. Is she married? Over the years, she ended up getting together with John. You remember John, don't you? Yes, of course. The three of us were always together. After many years together, they ended up getting married. They had a son and named him Alex after you. Aww. I'm glad she's with someone like John. But it's clear the spell was a failure either way. Aw, Celia, how could something I forget that? Since we still don't know what the real goal of the song is. You know what? I think I remember the goal of the song after all. What? To be happy. But how can the goal of a song be to be happy? Hey, don't kill the messenger. It's a faint feeling. It's not that I knew it at the time, but thinking back, I think deep down, the only goal I had with the song was to be happy. Do you think that you'll manage to do something with that, Paul? I don't know. I guess. It's the only help I can think of to allow you to keep working on the song. Even though I'm not sure exactly what you mean, I can try. That's the spirit. See you tomorrow. Given that 2 days felt like an eternity, I'll be here. Later, alligator. Aww. Well, I've got work to do. Looks like it. See you tomorrow, Paul. See ya. How sweet. How's everything with Dad? Any progress? Back to her mom. Seems so, although I'm not sure. What happened? We talked again this morning. He asked about you. He wanted to know how you were doing. I told you your father just needed time to process all of this. Maybe I've been too hard on him all this time. Someone's coming. Don't worry, Mom. Hasn't anyone come in? It's the kitten from a couple days ago. Aww! The kitten came back to talk to his mom? Nope, just hanging out in the chair. Oh, that's right. Maybe it wants to talk to its mom again. I think in this case it came to take a nap. It certainly looks like it. It looks exhausted. Aww. I wonder what's going on with it. Whatever it is, it must be important. Important enough to need to talk to its mother. Animals feel just like we do, Julia. The only thing you can do is to try to help it in any way possible. Or any possible way. And right now, it seems all it wants is to sleep peacefully. Then we won't disturb it. Now I do see someone coming. Carol! Did you find Lily? I'm afraid not, but I did find a clue that might help Lily remember what happened next. Lily! Carol, what's going on? Julia, I don't understand. Why did she appear without you summoning her? And I believe in this case, Carol was looking for Lily, I believe, girlfriend, and she, if I remember correctly, she believes she might have been hurt, and her spirit was very faint, which means that she was still alive. Lily's spirit is disoriented. This place is a crossroad for spirits, and that combined with the pull she feels towards you. It seems that she appears whenever she feels you nearby out of instinct. Carol, I don't know what's going on. Please help me. Yesterday I tried to follow your track and discovered where you went. So the lavender scent clue is more important than it seemed. Yes, but what Lily mentioned about the clock was quite a bit easier to understand. Was it? I left the house and tried to walk the route Lily usually takes to clear her head after work. I immediately spotted her friend Rose's flower shop, and it was full of lavender. I went to talk to her in case she knew anything, and I immediately heard the wall clock striking the hour. It was a deafening sound. No wonder she remembered that specifically. It's clear the sound was what she was talking about. The flower shop, yes. I think I remember being there after our argument. The lavender. When I walked past the flower shop, I remembered when we first started dating. It was summer, though that was a long time ago. The florist told me that Lily came by because of the lavender. The smell had brought back good memories. But she didn't know anything else. When I arrived at the flower shop, I needed to let it all out. I wanted to talk to someone about our argument. But after that, I needed to be alone to think calmly. Where did you go? I can't remember anything. Maybe a taste. A taste. Bitter. Lily, we can't waste any more time with these riddles. Carol, do you think I don't want you to help me? I can try a spell to figure out the flavor. Maybe it'll give us a clue. Please, Julia. So we're talking about a forgotten flavor? Carol is very upset. How would you feel? Yeah, I get it, but Carol just wants us to find Lily. Don't judge her. She just wants to find Lily as soon as possible, especially if Lily's still alive. Well, I won't waste any more time. The spell should be easy. You've already cast it, haven't you? Yes, let's see how it goes today. Spells related to the senses are truly powerful as they help us recall events connected to them. So we need a forgotten flavor. I think that's azurite and day oil. I think I dropped a treat somewhere. Try to bring more in. I don't know if that's what she wanted though. Okay, let's cook it. It's just what you needed. Luckily, I tried the spell not long ago and I think I got the hang of it. Do you remember now, Lily? Yes, it was similar to the flavor of tea, but bitter. I had never had a tea like that before. A tea? Yes. Lily, we need something more tangible, something I could track down somehow. That's all I remember. You know how important tea is to me, Carol. I know, I really do, but I just can't figure out how to fit all these pieces together. How come tea is so important to you, Lily? Every time I sit down to work, I need a cup of tea with me. It's the closest thing I have to a coworker. Lily is a writer, and I suppose writers have their quirks. I spend a lot of time alone. I also need something to keep me grounded every now and then. And could that cup of tea remind you something from work? I don't think so. At the moment, I can only think about the argument with Carol. Up, an unusual tea. Discover what Lily's tea tasted like. But I may have needed to be somewhere familiar outside of home, where I could just be by myself. To think. To forget. Lily! I think we've lost her again. It may sound far-fetched, but I think I know where she might be. Where? I don't have time. I'll keep you updated on everything, I promise. Best of luck! Lucy! Back here again? Oh, Lucy. She was a little girl who was recently lost her grandmother, and she keeps running away from her mom. She's kind of upset at her mom. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Julia. Is everything okay? I guess. Did you end up keeping the kitty? Oh, well, the kitty's still on the ground playing with some string. It's a friend and he needed a rest. Okay. Do you want to see your granny? Today I wanted to talk to you. Oh, of course. Do you mind? No, of course not. We're friends, right? Of course we are. It's just that I'm not used to being told that. Yeah, I guess people come to see the ones who are gone. Yeah, most of them. Did you go to the village with your mother? No. When I showed Mom the butterfly book, she got very sad. I suppose the book brought back a lot of memories of your grandmother. What did you do? I got very sad and hugged her. I'm sure your hug meant a lot. Maybe. She asked me how I had found the book. I told her that grandmother had told me about it. She told me that book meant a lot to her, as if it were part of her. Your mother misses your grandmother, doesn't she? I told her to come see her with me, that she could talk to her. And why didn't she come? I don't know. Huh. Lucy, people face the loss of a loved one in many different ways. Back to the mom. Some people come here to be able to say their last words. So the pain from the loss comes gradually. Like me wanting to talk to my grandmother? Exactly. Others prefer to face what happened as soon as possible and overcome the loss in their own way. I have an idea. Why don't you tell your mother that Cynthia and Julia invited her to come to the shop to say goodbye to your grandmother together with you? If it's important, If it's important to you, Lucy, tell her. And what if she says no? What if she doesn't want to see Granny? Your mother surely wants to see her, but as your grandmother told you on the first day, your mom is also very sad as she has lost her own mother. And you need to support her. I think you're right. I should help her. Thank you. So cute. I think Lucy's slowly starting to understand her mother. It looks like it. The poor thing has been through so much while still so young. Losing a loved one at that age, it's not easy to process. It's not something easy at any age. We simply pretend we handle it better. Yep, that's the truth. Suppose you're right. Get some rest, sweetheart. Look at the time. I hadn't even noticed. Time has just flown by. That's a sign that you're feeling more and more at home in the shop. See you tomorrow, Mom. What about the kitty? This is her diary. I must admit, I'm growing more and more worried about Lily. What could have happened to her? Where is she? Even though I feel more relaxed while working, I find it very hard to leave the shop's work behind, and with it all the worries it implies. At least as the days go by, Dad seems to be gradually understanding more and more why I've decided to follow in Mom's footsteps. And that brings me closer to him again. Now we're October 28th, a bitter taste. I wonder if they're getting closer to Lily. A new day. I wonder if I'll see the kitty again. When I left it was asleep, but I left food and water. Oh, that's good. So she did leave it in the shop. Suppose there's only one way to find out. Time to walk to the shop. Have you seen the cat that's been hanging around here lately? A little black cat? No, a brownish cat. I hadn't seen it around here until now. It's funny that you mentioned that. Ever since I opened the shop, a black cat keeps showing up. Really? It wanted to talk to its mother. Or at least that's what I think. I ended up summoning its mother, a cat that had already passed on. Do you think both cats are related? I have the feeling that we'll find out sooner rather than later. Oh, what was that? Wait a second. Can you summon animals that have passed away? That would be cool if you could. But you might not be able to understand them. So you become really good friends with Margaret's granddaughter lately. Margaret? Yes, Lucy's grandmother. Oh, I didn't know she's called Margaret. Haha. Well, now you know something new. Lucy misses her grandmother, I'm going to say. Lucy loves her grandmother very much. At least she's getting the chance to say goodbye to her. Lucy's mother relied on Margaret a lot to help raise her, and now that she's gone, she's going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. But I'm sure she'll be able to move forward. Aw. I guess he says I really miss Margaret. Sorry about that. I have too many treats on my desk. Lulu's Antiques. I haven't seen your father around here in a while. Ever since I started working here, he hasn't been himself. I think you're wrong about that, Julia. What do you mean? Your father hasn't been the same since Cynthia passed on. Aw, I guess you're right. When we started working here, I thought it might bother him. Don't be silly, Julia. Your father was very supportive of your mother's work. He knew firsthand how important it is. I don't know. What do you mean? That's how he met your mother. When he was little, after his grandparents passed on, he came to see your grandmother at the shop. I didn't know that. Well, now you do. And that's how he started coming around the shop. I miss the days when the whole gang used to go out together. Wonder who works at the ice cream shop. Someone left a flyer for a record shop in the mailbox. Smells like Record Spirit, like Teen Spirit, reopening November 15th at 10 o'clock. Grand opening of the vinyl shop Smells Like Record Spirit. Spirit's Town first record store specializing in rock music will reopen its doors following its founder's retirement years ago. I never visited that shop. Maybe I'll go and take a look soon. Excuse me. Kitty? Are you there? Where is it? I don't see it anywhere either, Mom says. Guess it slipped away through the flap in the back door last night. It was so tired yesterday. What was it doing to be so tired? Our abilities are spiritual. Being able to communicate with animals or read their mind. Maybe that's asking too much. I suppose. Changing the subject, Julia. You seem better. Yes. Anything new at home? I think Dad is starting to come around. And I think I understand Dad better. I'm glad, sweetheart. Understanding always has to come from both sides. Yes. I see you're going to get started early today. Why? I can already see Edmund's plant through the window. I thought I had come in earlier today. To look after the kitten. Well, it seems you won't be bored for long, even without your four-legged friend. Morning, Edmund. Good morning, Julia. I hope I'm not here too early. Don't worry, I've just opened up. I was sure you'd be my first visitor of the day. Well, I don't have good news. Isn't the flower any better? When I left the other day, everything seemed to be going well. I took the pot out to the garden and it seemed to be getting better. Certainly seemed like Mary had hit the bullseye. But when I woke up today, it was like this again. I see. Better to call Mary and see what we can come up with. Thank you, Julia. I see we haven't improved too much. I'd even say it's worse than ever, Mary. Did you leave the flower outside all this time? When I got home, the first thing I did was put it in the back garden. No improvement? I was just telling Julia there was some improvements for a little while, actually. Some improvement? That day I didn't have to pick up my little one from the nursery. Okay, that day I didn't have to pick up my little one from nursery. And after remembering what happened that day, thanks to Julia. That didn't kind of... I wonder who the little one is. I'm kind of confused by this statement. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm also beta testing or beta helping out, so I'm not quite sure. What happened? I looked through your things for the notebook where you were writing down the route you wanted to do when we traveled to Japan. I loved that notebook. We used to sit together and think about what we'd see and where we'd go. Why didn't you go? Something always came up. Waiting until things settled down, waiting to retire, waiting for Catherine to get older, for our daughter not to need us anymore. There came a point where making the trip was no longer what mattered. What do you mean? Those moments in the back garden, planning everything we'd do, became a pastime for the two of us. If you went, you'd no longer have that moment together, that anticipation. I suppose so. Although I would have loved to have visited Japan with you, Edmund. Aww. The truth is, it made me happy to remember those moments in the garden. It had been a while since I felt that good. And from what you've told me, the flower felt the same way. At least after a while. Indeed. The exact same thing happened when I came back from the hospital. The plant almost immediately regained its glow. I think... What's wrong, Mary? I think I know what's going on with the flower. I'm pretty sure. What's wrong with it? Although I'd like to be completely sure before saying it out loud. Mary, you can't keep us in suspense like this. What's wrong with the flower? That way we can help it before it's too late. It's not as simple as moving it to a different spot at home. It's quite complicated. Is there anything I can do to help? As a matter of fact, there is. What can I do? Edmund, do you remember if you were listening to something at that moment? It would help confirm my theory. Well, I wouldn't know how to tell you, Mary. Now I understand. I'm going to see if I have a spell that might fit so we can uncover this mystery. Is it what we're hearing? The story of the flower has taken a turn I wasn't expecting. That's for sure. What could Mary be thinking? One thing's clear, she has something in mind. I think I recall having the perfect spell from what Mary asked for. Perfect, I'll look through the spell book. But oh my goodness, there's so much. Forgotten knowledge, I don't think. Happy moments? I don't know if that's it. It's getting a little bit more difficult to try to remember what. I know she didn't want to say. She didn't quite want to say what she thought yet. Well, I don't think it's forgotten lost item. No, I don't think she was doing that. Sorry about that. The pup is eating something. Listen to yourself. In absolute silence, you will strengthen your will to accept your emotions. Let your inner world blossom with clarity. I don't know. I don't think it would be I don't know if listen to yourself would be the right thing. Like, she's not sharing her. Maybe it's the forgotten thoughts? Can I go? Well, I don't think I can go backwards. I'd like to look back and hear what she said again to figure out which one. Maybe listen to yourself? I don't know. I'm going to try listen to yourself. I don't know. Silence, will, clarity. So night oil, ruby, sunflower. Night oil, ruby, sunflower. I don't know. Oh, not what you were looking for. I don't know, because it's not a forgotten. She just didn't want to share yet. I'm gonna try happy moments. Dahlia, Twilight Water, Ruby. Dahlia, Twilight Water, Ruby. It's not what you're looking for. Because I feel like the flower is picking up on his moods. But what could it have been? We weren't talking about smell. I don't know that we were talking about sound. I'll try forgotten thoughts then? Or knowledge? I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen if we fail. Gonna say not thoughts. I mean, we weren't really forgetting. She just didn't want to share. Or was he talking about what he was doing? Try thoughts? I don't know. Day oil, sunflower, azurite. Hi, Chris. Welcome in. Thanks for the banana. Okay, I'm going to reset because I don't remember what I did. This is I don't know if you were here the last time. This is a visual novel. I think I'm going to try Forgotten Thoughts. Day Oil, Sunflower, Azurite. Day Oil, Sunflower, Azurite. I don't know if this is what I need, though. Nope, not what you're looking for. What do we do? I don't think there was much luck. Don't you remember anything? I thought I got Forgotten Thoughts. I'm afraid not. Well, I think we can confirm my theory without that detail. Let's do something. Come back to Julia's shop tomorrow. It doesn't matter whether the flower is doing well or not. Just bring it with you, because if I'm right, you'll have to come back one more time after that. But aren't you going to give us even a little clue? The truth is, I'm feeling curious as well, Julia says. If everything goes as I think, you'll know very soon. How's your day going, Icarus? Have we got a deal, Edmund? How can I refuse? Perfect, dear. See you tomorrow. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. It goes? It's just going? Oh no. Mary has figured out something for sure. That's true, but I didn't expect her not to say what it was. Well, we'll just have to listen to her. See you tomorrow, Julia. Of course, the shop doors are always open for you, Edmund. See you tomorrow, then. Gonna be better at, like, really figuring out what they may need, because they're not giving me as much of a hint as they did the first couple days. Paul, may I come in? I was waiting for you, Paul. I almost didn't come by. I thought it would be impossible for me to write anything. But I think I've got it now. There's his brother. You got it? I think so, yeah. They were writing a song before Alex passed. I can see you're really looking forward to it, Alex. Of course. Honestly, I have no idea what he might have come up with. Only with what I told him. Honestly, I have no idea what he might have come up with, only with what I told him. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Haha. By the way, tell me, Alex, did you tell Celia that you've been talking to me? Yes. What did she say? She asked if you had asked about her. And I told her. She asked me to tell you she never forgot you. Aww, that was his girlfriend. I wish I could say the same. You know it's not on you, Alex. I know, but even so. Being a spirit isn't as cool as it sounds. Floating around all day and all that. I feel like I'm no longer myself. We all change. There's nothing wrong with that. It's natural. Especially when we're a spirit. But that doesn't mean you're not still you. Wow, Julia. Your own business, Magical Powers, knows how to listen and motivate. You're a real keeper. Too funny. They're all both laughing. So, how did the songwriting go? Sure, the key was my passion for pistachio chocolate bars. Well, you're going to be surprised, but in a way it was. I beg your pardon? I knew it. It's not that I wrote the song about those chocolate bars, but I did understand what they meant to you. What do you mean? They made you happy. That's for sure. Read the song and let me know what you think. Yep. They're not going to let us see it? I see. The goal of the song was for people to be happy when they listened to it. Maybe kind of like the banana song. Like when you were eating your chocolate bar. Being happy is something you can be in many different ways. Exactly. The goal of this song is to put a smile on your face every time you listen to it. To be a respite in your day. I wrote it with that goal in mind. That is exactly the goal of the song. That's for sure. Would you say it was a success? Far from it. Uh-oh, why? What Paul wrote doesn't achieve it. Why not? What? I had my hopes up because of the way you were talking. I thought I had finally pressed the correct key. You've definitely understood the goal of the song, something I hadn't fully grasped myself. But you haven't managed to convey it yet. You've written the song without keeping in mind what we talked about the first day. You've written a song that tries to make everyone happy. It's not personal. You didn't pay attention to your own feelings. I thought we had finally pulled it off, and now it seems even harder than at the beginning. That's for sure. What's with that loser attitude? You're not exactly the best cheerleader, honestly. Shall we do something? Tell me. Come back tomorrow or the day after. Take all the time you need. Think about what we've discussed today and try again. But, great, it's settled. See you. Alex, Aww. When your brother is sure of something, nobody can make him change his mind. He's still the same old Alex in that sense. I guess I have no choice. See you soon? It's not like Alex gave me any other option. No potions this time? I didn't see you come in, Carol. Julia, I was right. I knew where she went. Where? Since Lily works from home, there were moments when it was impossible to do it there. So she started going to a cafe to work in peace while we were doing the renovations at home. So, do you know where she is? No, that's why I came here as soon as I found everything out. I even thought you might have already closed up. You're probably the last one today, but I still have some time. Don't worry. Yay! Carol! Do you know anything? Where am I? I don't know yet, but I think we're close. Lily's gone missing, and her spirit's kind of very faint, so they think she's still alive. What did you find out that made you leave so quickly yesterday? When you mentioned the tea, I honestly didn't know what to do, but then you talked about finding yourself. I remembered when we moved into the house. When we had just moved in, it was really overwhelming. What happened? We didn't have much money, so we had to live in the house while we were renovating it. Everything was a mess, but in the end it worked out. Yes. I wasn't really into tea back then, but I was desperate to find somewhere to work. That's normal with all the noise from the renovation workers. It must be really hard to write. Back then I was writing my first novel. A complete failure, by the way. I still wonder how you came up with that idea. A thriller about a capybara detective? Nobody understands my art. Maybe if you had made a video game out of it, you would have had more success. Stop laughing at me. I thought it was a great idea. I think she really likes that book. The thing is, I discovered a cafe where they'd let me stay all day working there. The owner would bring me a different tea every day. She was a delight. Carol, that's where I went. Exactly. I spoke to the lady at the cafe and she told me you had been there, that you seemed very agitated. As she always did, she brought you the tea she thought would suit you best. A hop tea. It was really bitter, but I managed to relax me a little. The woman told me she brought it to you precisely for that reason, so you could relax a little. But she couldn't tell me anything more. I find myself at a dead end again, but I know you can't be far now, Lily. I know that. Talking to the little lady at the cafe, I started to feel better. I needed someone who understood me, who knew how to listen. What do you mean? I'm not exactly sure, but I felt like I wasn't listening to my heart. Julia, does this mean anything to you? Could you help us understand what was going through Lily's mind that day? I'm not sure how I can help it right now, but give me a minute. Maybe listen to yourself, I'm hoping? Mom, is there a spell that can help us? This case isn't easy, but learning to listen to yourself is something many people need. I'm sure there was something in the book that could help you. I know that one. Listen to yourself. Night oil, ruby, sunflower. Night oil, ruby, sunflower. Cook it up. Just what you needed. Well, I suppose I wanted to start over. Start over? I can't really tell you for sure, but it's what I kept hearing in my head over and over. Back to the beginning. Start over. Start over without me? Aww. What if we have to return to the origin? Wow. I'm sorry, Julia. I have to go. Carol, wait, you're... Aww. Lily's case is getting more and more complicated. I truly hope the police can help them. We have figured out practically nothing since we started. There are lots of missing pieces to the puzzle. In the end, you'll manage to bring them back together again. I'm sure of it. Can't promise anything, but doing everything in my power. I've never doubted that. You know. You still have a lot to learn, but I feel more and more at ease knowing you'll have all of this under control. It's been an intense week, but I still can't do everything you used to, Mom. But until that moment comes, I'm starting to think you won't need me anymore. Get some rest, sweetheart. No! That's enough for today. Mom's gonna leave? Today, Mom told me she saw me more ready every day, closer to not needing her help anymore. I don't think I'm ready. I don't want that day to come. Paul and Alex had a second chance, a final breath to be able to remember and each other after so long. But I know that when Mom leaves, I won't see her again for a long time. And I don't want her to go. Aww. Such a tough position to be in. 29th, the tawny cat. Oh no, we're going to get to meet the brown cat? I'm absolutely exhausted. Yesterday I went to bed way too late watching the movie Alex mentioned the other day. I hope I don't have to go through what Oda Mae went through. How scary. Is there anything else that way? Nope. I should go to the store. It's not time to go home yet. Okay. Julia, have you gotten any sleep this week? Is it that obvious? Just a little, yeah. Not that I've been a great example lately either. Why? What's going on with you? I've been 3 nights without sleep because a sparrow built its nest right on my windowsill. And it turns out it has a lot to say at 6 a.m. in the morning. Too funny. Glad you find it funny. I also had someone showing up unannounced lately. Your mom? Among others. At least yours doesn't sing at 6 in the morning. Don't give her any ideas. Cynthia was capable of anything. Too funny. Oh, I have an idea? I just had an idea. What is it? What if I make a little birdhouse and put it somewhere nearby where it won't bother me as much? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Actually, I think it's a great idea. I didn't know you knew how to woodwork. I once hammered a nail into a piece of wood. Just that. Everyone has to start somewhere. I'm sure that experience already makes me more qualified than plenty of people who haven't even hammered their first nail. Sure, but building a birdhouse is more than just hammering a nail into a piece of wood. I think it's going to be more complicated than I imagined. Julia, have you eaten today? They're all so worried about her. It's 10 in the morning, Edgar. That's not an answer. Yes, I had breakfast. Good. You've been having such a busy week that I wouldn't have been able to keep up even at my best, let alone now. I'm fine, really. Yeah, that's exactly what your mother used to say. And then she'd ask me to make her something for her headache. It's just that there's a lot to do. There's always a lot to do, Julia. I've had the pharmacy for 40 years and there's always a lot to do. How do you cope with everything? I learned a long time ago that the work never ends. So better to do it rested than exhausted. That makes a lot of sense. Being old gives you wisdom. The thing is, you've kept me really busy this week. How in the world? Me? The people in town won't stop asking me about the shop. Seriously? Whether I've been to see you yet, whether you know as much as your mother, whether the shop looks the same. And what do you tell them? That they better go check for themselves. Did you go see my mother? I went on your mom's first day. And how was she? Terrified. Though she wouldn't admit it, even with the strongest spell in the world. But she did well from the very first moment. Like you. Remember my advice, okay? This morning I had a hunch about you. Good or bad? Interesting. That doesn't really clear things up for me. It never does. How's your week going? Better than expected. I know. Did you know before you were asking me? Of course. Then why do you ask? 'Cause I like hearing it from you. Shh. What exactly did the feeling say? This week you were going to discover something about yourself. Like what? Only you know that. Lulu. Feelings don't come with subtitles, Julia. Although, if you do figure it out, you'll have to tell me. Won't you know before I do? Probably. But I'd rather hear from you anyway. Okay, enough of this chit-chat. Time to go to work. Oh no, I noticed from the town hall. I wonder if something happened. The Spirit Town Hall informed citizens that Cynthia's Enchanted Corner has reopened its doors. The Spirit Communication Service is now under the care of Julia, Cynthia's daughter. We remind residents that this is a service available for free to all our citizens. I see the town hall is already spreading the word that we're open again. I suppose the mayor of Spirit Town wasn't at ease with a city bearing that name, having no one to communicate with spirits. Either way, they still haven't sent me the final paperwork for the reopening. I'll be patient. It's true that everything has been very rushed. Mom! What are you doing here? Yesterday after you left, I discovered I could appear even without you being here. Oh, I didn't know that was possible. I knew there were spirits that could appear at will. It's not exactly common, but some can, and it seems I'm one of them. And you've stayed here, or have you appeared in other places too? Do you think I want to scare half the town? Anyway, it seems my abilities are nothing crazy. I can only appear on my own here in the shop. Our star client is here again. Must be the kitty. I'm really invested in this case. Today it seems like it wants to talk. Try asking something. Maybe it understands you. Hello, kitty. Meow. Do you want to see your mom again? Meow, meow. Ms. Little One is almost meowing at the same time. That meow doesn't seem to mean it wants to summon her. The other day it was really tired. Could it be looking for someone? That could be it. Kitty, are you looking for someone? Meow, meow. I think we've hit the bullseye. I've seen a cat wandering the street recently. I've never seen it before. I think I'm going to need to take a really quick break and see if the pup needs her food. Be right back. Thanks for your patience.
I'll still be near. Gotta check on the pups, they rule the show. A quick little break, then back we go. Be right back, just hold tight. Gotta make sure my pups are alright. Dinner time or backyard run. Then I'll be back for more streaming fun. Woo! They wag their tails, they give me the eyes. How could I ignore those puppy sighs? But don't you worry, I'll be right back. Just stretch your legs and grab a snack.
Okay, thank you for your patience. So I've seen a cat wandering the street recently. I've never seen it before. It showed up at practically the same time as our client. That might be the key to all of this. It looks like it. Kitty, are you looking for another cat? Meow, meow. Sometimes I see one out here in the morning. It comes every morning. I'm sure you'll run into it one day. Meow, meow. Do you think he understood? I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. What are we going to find out today is how Lucy is doing. Have you seen her? She's crossing the street. See you later. Julia! What's wrong, Lucy? You seem really worked up. I'm running away, Julia. I can't take it anymore. Aww. What do you mean you're running away? I tried to get my mother to come see Grandma, but then we got into a fight. If she doesn't love Grandma as much as I do, I'd rather leave home. Lucy, what are you doing? It's her grandma. Grandma, Mom doesn't want to come see you, and I don't understand how she doesn't miss you so much that she wouldn't want to come see you. But that's no excuse for running away. Everything I do is wrong, Granny. She doesn't like me coming to see you. She even didn't want us to go to the village like you told me. Everyone handles grief their own way, Lucy. I know Julia's mom told me. But even so, Lucy, you have to understand. You lost your grandma, but she lost her mother. You've already told me that, Granny, but there's no possible but to that, my dear. Grandmothers leave soon, and we leave our grandchildren behind. That's just how life is. But losing a father or a mother, that's 1,000 times harder. Do you remember when Dad passed away? Yes. You were still very young, and I'm sure his passing hurt you much more. Lucy, your mother has lost her mother, and not long ago her husband. You're her only relative in this world. The same way your mom is your only relative in this world, and she loves you with all her soul. Do you really want to run away? Don't you miss your father, Lucy? I miss him so much. But I barely remember him. Julia, sweetheart, could you cast one of those spells your mother was so good at for remembering happy moments with our loved ones? Of course. I can try. Happy moments. There, I got that one. Got the clue. Lucy's family has been through a lot. Her grandmother used to come here to talk to her husband and tell him about Lucy, but once she spoke with her son-in-law instead. Really? When he passed, his daughter was devastated, and she tried to get her to come say goodbye, but she couldn't manage. I can't imagine what that poor woman must be going through. And if Lucy's father passed when she was so young, what kind of happy memories could Lucy possibly have related to her dad? We'll find that out soon enough. Happy memories. I think it's happy moments. Dahlia, Twilight Water, Ruby. Oh, reset. Dahlia, Twilight Water. I think it was Ruby. Happy moments is just what you needed. Do you remember anything, Lucy? I remember Dad holding me in his arms. It's not exactly a memory. It's a feeling. I remember how he used to hold me. I felt like everything was okay. I felt happy. He was happy with you too. You were his light. That's why you're named that. I'm named Lucy because of Dad? He used to say that when you were born, you would be the light of his life, so both your mom and dad decided to name you Lucy because of that. Sweetheart, your father loved you so much. Never forget that. I've been mean to Mom, haven't I, Granny? She lost her mother. I can't imagine. You just demonstrated how much you loved me. just as you love your mother. Really? Don't stay here. Go home and tell your mom how you feel. Thank you, Granny. And to you, Julia. That's what friends are for, isn't it? Yes. It seems like Lucy is growing up, losing her father so young, and now me. She's going to have to grow up too soon. Thank you, Julia. I appreciate it. It's nothing. I've been looking forward to seeing you, Edmund. Hello, Julia. I was looking forward to coming too. Oh, where's the plant? How's the flower? Is it any better? If you'd like, I can unveil the mystery to both of you. Sure thing. Has it already been 2 days? Yes, Edmund has come to show us the flower. And where is it? He hasn't shown it yet. He always liked to sound interesting. Now, no need to get worked up. It's gorgeous. Wow. I knew the experiment would work. I am absolutely lost. I figured you wouldn't know what was going on. But if I don't know what's happening, why is the plant so beautiful now? Edmund, I know you like the back of my hand. You don't need to tell me what you do or don't do. I simply knew you'd do the right thing to bring the plant back to its natural glow. I thought today we'd get some answers, but I even have more questions than when we started. Don't worry, next time we see each other, both of you will get answers, I promise. What do I have to do? Just come back in 2 days. Nothing else? Nothing else. I promise you'll know what was happening to the flower, and you won't need my advice anymore in 2 days. But, see you in 2 days. Well, okay. I won't keep you here any longer. Take care, dear. See you later, Mary. I didn't expect this at all. That makes 2 of us. She's got her reasons, and she knows what she's doing, that's for sure. I guess so. Well, at least we'll know for sure in a couple days. Seems so. I think I finally get what's going on with Edmund's case. Really? I'm pretty lost myself. Mary's testing Edmund. I never would have guessed. When you've been here so long, you start to empathize with people more easily. In the end, what we do is more about understanding those who come looking for help. That might be the hardest part, and something you'll never fully learn. Every person is different with their own doubts, fears, and dreams. Edmund doesn't want to see what's happening to the plant, and Mary just wants him to accept it. That's the test. Now I'm even more lost than I was. I'm leaving, Julia. I sense someone's about to come into the shop. Mom, there's no one at the door. I know, but I think someone's coming. See you later. I wonder what Mom must have felt. Doesn't seem that today's going to be a busy day. Alex! Hi, Julia. What are you doing here? Your brother hasn't come back yet. I know, it's just that it feels like forever since we last talked. It was yesterday. Time's always weird when you're a spirit. I can't even fathom what you must feel after being here for so long. I know, I'm always joking around. People often didn't take me seriously, but I think that song has truly kept me here somehow. I've already told you that the unfinished business thing. I know, but for the moment I passed you and the moment I passed until you summoned me, I barely remember anything. Feels like it was just yesterday, with my memory gaps and all the spirit things that happened to me. But it still feels like yesterday. Even though we can speak with spirits sometimes, what happens when we pass away is still a mystery. Not even my mother was sure about it. What if my accident was right before Paul was here? What do you mean? Maybe I haven't been waiting for Paul that long. Maybe when you had trouble summoning me, you simply caught my spirit from decades ago, freshly out of the shell. I don't know, it's a possibility. I certainly can't tell you it's impossible. If I had to travel through time as a spirit to help him, I know I would. I've just thought of something. What is it? Do you want to try the spell to recall your thoughts again? to find out what's happened during all this time? It may work for this specific case too. That sounds like a wonderful idea. So forgotten thoughts, I believe she said. Do you think you can make Alice remember his thoughts from when he passed away until you summoned him? We have nothing to lose but by trying. Of course, if it turns out that we can summon spirits from the past, it would be a huge step forward in understanding our gift. Let's get to work. Because forgotten thoughts, day oil, sunflower, azurite. Day oil, sunflower, azurite. Just what you needed. Do you remember it now? I think. Did you travel through time? No, I think I know what happened for sure. I simply stayed by my brother's side. By his side? Yes, like a guardian angel. Although I wasn't able to do anything. Just being with him. Have you ever thought about moving forward? Yes, constantly. But I simply didn't. I don't know why. I even remember when Mateo was born. And from that moment on, I started being with him instead. You're truly one of a kind, Alex. I'm sure of that. When do you think you'll be able to rest? When do you think you'll be able to move on? I think since you summoned me, the day is closer than ever. Anyway, I won't bother you any longer, Julia. Aww. Spirit from another. You know that you never bother me. I know, I'm just being polite. I'm well aware of how comforting my presence is. He's a little full of himself. See you around. He seemed very worried. Yes. Can't imagine how he must feel after so long like this. Is it really that hard to stay here? When we go, staying here like I am now is not the norm. It's not our place. I don't know why most of us spend some time waiting here before we take the next step either. Maybe it's like the queue at the supermarket. What do you mean? That you're waiting here until they can attend to you or you can leave. I'd never thought of it that way, but it could be. Don't think too hard about it, Julia. Go home, get some rest. And don't stay up late watching another film tonight. I'm amazed by the great strength of the spirits I've met this week. Mary, Lucy's grandmother, Alex. They don't want to worry the ones they left behind. They just want to comfort them. I had never seen so much love, especially given their circumstances. Alex, even being so worried, can only smile when he thinks of his brother. The most difficult moments are the ones that manage to bring out our most hidden feelings. Of that, I am certain. October 30th, shall we sing? Almost a week has passed since I opened the shop. I feel like Mom thinks I'm ready. Better not think about that. Better not to think of that. Time to start the day on a positive note. Julia, do you know anything about cooking? I only know the basics. Why do you ask? Because yesterday I decided it was about time to learn. And my kitchen might not be at its best right now. What did you try to make? Risotto. Harold, risotto is one of the most difficult rice-based dishes. That's exactly what I thought after tasting it. What exactly happened? I stirred the rice for 20 minutes straight. Harold, in the end, the rice and I had a very intense relationship, but neither of us was doing well. Julia, do you know how old your mother was when she first started coming to the pharmacy? I only have... Oh, here's a kitty. Julia, do you know what the hardest part of having your gift is? I only have 15 minutes left, so I want to get to the next day before it gets too late. Oh, a postcard from Sophia. She left to travel the world a year ago and I haven't seen her since. Happy Halloween! Julia, I miss you so much. How are you doing? I was told you reopened your mother's shop. Congratulations. I saw this postcard and it was so you. Look at the kitten with a hat. It made me think of you. Have you ever thought about adopting one? I hope Sophia comes back soon. I miss her so much. Should I adopt a kitten to keep me company? Although now that I have a feline friend, it seems like he's the one who adopted me. It's weird. I feel as if the shop were quiet. I guess I'm not sure exactly. I could feel it too. Is that normal? Luckily, that's the usual thing. What does it mean? This place is a bit uncommon. Spirits appearing constantly to talk to those who haven't moved on. It's not something that happens everywhere precisely. For the spirits, this is not their place, Julia. This is an extension to give it a name. And this stillness means that little by little, the spirits that have been dropping by the shop these past few days are ready now. It means don't overthink it either. Some things simply have no explanation. I guess. How's Dad doing? I think he's starting to come to terms with it. I'm glad to hear that. But he seems reluctant to come and see you. Fortunately, your father and I said everything we needed to say to each other before I left. We know we love each other. What else could we say to each other? But why not come and see you again? I've told you many times these past few days, Julia. Everyone deals with the loss of a loved one in their own way. You can't judge your father for that. Mom, I think you need to go. I can see Carol through the window. See you in a moment, sweetheart. Carol! Julia! I don't know what else to do. No luck? Right now, I'm at a dead end. I went back to the police station. They've been calling the local hospitals and nothing. I'm sorry. Shall we try to contact her again? Yes, please. We might still be able to find something out. Well, that's the first time I've seen that in a while. Can't you contact her? Uh-oh. I'm afraid I can't. Does that mean... Not really. If that was the case, it would be even easier to contact her. I must have missed something, a clue. Have you found out anything about the origin she mentioned? I thought of many possibilities, but I can't come up with anything. What about her parents? Haven't you spoken to them? I called them the very first day, but they didn't know anything. I didn't want to tell them what was happening. I didn't have the strength. Now that a few days have passed, they keep calling home and I keep making up excuses. I understand. They can't do anything and they have fragile health. I don't know if they can handle a situation like this right now. At least not without knowing anything for sure first. Still remember when I met her parents. We almost had to call an ambulance when they found out we were getting married. What happened? Lily is an only child and has always been very sheltered by her parents. I worked near my in-laws where Lily was still living at the time. She's a writer. It's quite normal she couldn't live on her own. And at that time her work was quite unstable. Articles for a magazine, the occasional script. The very day I was going to meet her parents, I got a great job here at Spirit Town Hospital, so we decided to move to town together. Let me guess, they weren't exactly thrilled about the idea. They weren't too happy about their daughter leaving home, and on top of that, to another city. First, they were very dramatic about it. Then they wrapped their head around it. They're good parents. They love their daughter with all their soul. The first time I had a sleepover, my parents acted as if I was leaving home for good. Children are always children, no matter how much they grow up. Now that I think about it, what? What if the origin has nothing to do with starting over? With what she said, but rather the origin and how we met. That would make perfect sense. Julia, I have to go. I think I know where Lily is. Where? How? Now we gotta wait another day to find out. What happened? I'm not sure. It seems she already knows where Lily is, but what's wrong? It was all very sudden. In the tension of the moment, I hadn't noticed that someone was coming. I'm leaving. Yeah, oh, they're together now? Oh, it's you. Hey, who's your friend? Meow. Wait, you've been hanging around here for days, haven't you? Meow, it's an alley cat. Are you siblings? Meow, meow. I don't think so, but never know. Meow, meow. I'll take that as a yes. Have you come to see your mother? Meow, meow. I see. Julia, I can see your mom. Are you sure you want to do this? Why wouldn't I want to? Because this time it's going to be the last. I can feel it. That's why they both came. Here we go. The last time they're going to see their mom? Meow. Meow, meow. 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 Do you know what they're saying to each other?
I'm done. That's it.
No more.
No more.
Alright, thanks for the bam bam. Julia, how's your day going? But you don't need to know. The kitties are talking to their mom. Meow, meow, meow. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Aw, that's it? Meow. Meow, they're both meowing. You're welcome. I'm glad you found each other again. Are you okay? Yes. It's just that the black cat has been coming here all week, and I never once knew he was looking for his brother. Sometimes people don't know how to ask what they truly need. Some people don't know how to ask what they truly need. This one's a visual novel. Neither do cats. Haha. I suppose not. Aw, that's Paul's son. Paul, you brought someone with you today. Mateo wanted to see the place I told him so much about. You've told him about the shop? I told him about his uncle. Hello, Mateo. Mateo, I'm Julia. Hi, Dad says you talk to people who have gone to heaven. Something like that, yes. Does it hurt? It doesn't. It's usually the opposite. Paul, you seem different today. Different? How? Like someone who's no longer looking for something. Because I've already found it. I finished it. Aw, did you finish the song? This morning I got up early and it came out all at once. I wanted Alex to be the first one to hear it. And I wanted to bring Mateo. Shall we call your brother? Yes. Paul. And that one over there is Mateo. He's gotten so big. Are you Uncle Alex? That's me. Dad has a photo of you at home. You're both in it with guitars. He still has that photo? Always. Sorry, I can't give you a hug, buddy. That's okay. Mom says hugs can be given from far away, too. Your mother is very wise, Mateo. So, have you come to show me something? Indeed. Did you bring a backup just in case? I thought he'd like to be here. That works for me, too. Before we start, there's something I'd like to ask you, Julia. Go ahead. Growing up, Paul and I spent the whole day listening to the radio, and those songs really got to us. We didn't just hear them, we truly felt them. Is there anything you can do so I can hear the song that way? As if I was still here? Maybe. Let me check my mother's journal. Do you think there's something? I'm not sure it works exactly for this, but I think there's something that might come close to what you're asking for. Let's give it a try, Julia. Give me a moment. What could this one be? Are you nervous? A little. I don't know if this is going to work. Is that the only thing that's worrying you? It's just that Alex has been here so long. I want this to go well for him.
No!
I know, oh no. Thanks for the oh no. Julia, what? You spent days helping that young man find something he lost 20 years ago. It's already gone well for him. The spell is just the last part. You're right. Come on, they're waiting for you. I guess familiar sound. That's got to be the right one, because he's wanting to hear the new sound or the new song like he's there. Okay. So upon reaching your subconscious, the glow of an ancient melody resonates with clarity you thought was lost. So subconscious, glow, clarity. What's subconscious? Glow is going to be twilight water. Subconscious is azurite. So subconscious, glow, and what was the other thing? Clarity. So I think that's azurite, twilight water, and then what's clarity? Sunflower. So azurite, twilight water, sunflower. Azurite, twilight water, sunflower. Did I put that in there? Let's reset. Azurite, nope, reset it. Azurite, twilight water, sunflower. New recipe, and it's just what you needed. Can I ask you something? Of course. Why did you never come back? Mateo, Uncle Alex, Paul, let him be. I wanted to come back, but I couldn't. When you go to the place where I went, you can't come back the same way as before. Are you sad? Sometimes. But I've been able to watch all of you from afar. Daddy, Mom, when you were born. Oh, Daddy, Mom, when you were born. Were you there when I was born? I was. And why didn't I see you? Because those of us who are where I am right now, only special people can see us, and they help others to see us too. Like Julia? Yes. Will I see you again? Count on it. But not for a long time. I'm going to tell you a secret. What secret? When you listen to your father's song, I'll be right there. Every time you listen to it. Like when Mom says Grandpa's in the photos? Something like that. But better. Because we wrote that song together. Aww. Uncle and nephew conversation. I think it went well. How do you feel, Alex? Strange, but good. Like the air suddenly has more weight to it. Like when you were little and you heard a song on the radio without knowing that song was going to stay with you forever. That's exactly what was supposed to happen, Julia says. Then I'm ready. A half-eaten breakfast. A laugh that cuts a sentence in half. A hand that squeezes without needing words. Knowing what you have before it's gone. Paul, tell me. It's your best song. Are you serious? Are you pulling my leg? Paul, I mean it. 20 years ago, we couldn't have written this in 100 tries. Why? Because to write this, you needed to have to live. And back then, we hadn't lived anything yet. Do you know what kept me here so long? The unfinished song. That's what I thought too at first. But it wasn't that. It was that I couldn't leave while you were still looking back. While you were trying to finish something from the past instead of writing something new. But now I see you here, with Mateo, bringing a song that speaks of your life, not mine. Mateo, do you know that this song is partly about you? Dad says I help him write. And how do you help him? By doing things? Keep doing things, Mateo. It's the most useful thing you can do. Take good care of what you have, Paul. I will. I know. I always knew. That's why I stayed so long. See you around. When? When you're very old and a real handful. Count on it. He's gone. This time for real. I know. I felt it while I was listening to the song. Like someone finally relaxing beside me. Aww. It's kind of like the ending of all... That was so wholesome. Yeah, this whole game is... It's like it's this little area that you come into. It seems like it's kind of the ending of all the stories I've read so far. Do you have any plans for today? Mateo wanted to go to the park. Then go to the park. Yes. Thank you, Julia, for everything. Thank you for coming back. Haha. See you, Mateo. Goodbye. This is her mom, who's passed. And this is her mom's shop. Are you okay? Yes. It's just that I'm glad he was able to depart like that. That's exactly what this work is for, sweetheart. I know. Although I still find it hard not to feel it as it's a loss. Although I still feel it hard not to feel it as a loss. The day it stops being a little hard for you, that'll be the day I start to worry. That's the end of the day already? When I arrived at the shop this morning, I felt calm. Things with my father are getting better and better, and for a moment I thought that might be why. But Mom made me realize my mistake. The shop didn't feel calmer because of me and Dad, but because the spirits who had been visiting it would soon stop coming. I don't want to think that anymore. I don't want to think that any moment. It's impossible not yet. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because I don't quite understand that one word. Or not word, but I don't want to think that I don't want to think that any moment. I don't know. It's impossible. I still have so much left to learn. I guess I kind of understand that. Okay, I might want to do one more day. It feels like we're just about ready to kind of finish up all the storylines. Is the street quieter today, or is it my imagination? I think it's going to be an important day. I'd better not be late. Probably should leave, but one more day. Last night I was thinking about something. What did you realize? The shop has been open for a week now. That's true, I hadn't stopped to think about it. How do you feel? Are the imposters still trying to out you? Oh my goodness. RX. Well, good, I think. Better than expected, honestly. I knew it. How come? When I arrived in Spirit Town, your mother's shop had already been open for years. But I remember something your mom said the very first day I met her. What did she say? She told me that doing her work makes her feel better about herself. What did you say? I'm going to tell you what I told her. What's that? Spirit Town has been waiting a long time for someone like her. Now this applies to you. Harold? You know I'm not really emotional, but I had to tell you today. I'm glad to have you as a neighbor. Nice. Still wondering who it is or why. I don't know. Do you know what today is? The 7th day I've had the shop open? Exactly. 1 week. Don't remind me. It makes my head spin. It makes mine spin just watching it. Feels like just yesterday when your mother first opened. Does time really go by that fast? When you're young, it doesn't seem that way. When you're old, it doesn't either. One day you just look back and life has gone by. Don't get nostalgic. We got work to do. How do you feel? Right. Truth be told, better than a week ago. Why? Because the street has been incomplete for a long time. Incomplete? Everything was up and running. The pharmacy, the flower shop, the antique store. Everything but your mom's store. It was like missing a limb. I'm not laughing. I know. Now it's complete again. Do you know what I noticed is different today? What's that? That you don't walk the same way you did on the first day? How did I walk on the first day? like the ground might disappear from under your feet at any moment. Today you walk like the ground belongs to you. A week can go a long way. A week in this shop goes a lot further than a normal week. You're absolutely right. Did my mother know I had the gift? Your mother knew the many things that she never said. That doesn't surprise me. But about you, she didn't have a shred of doubt. But why didn't she tell me that she was sure I had the gift? Because it would mean you'd stop being her innocent little girl. And she wasn't willing to let you grow up so fast. This week I've been thinking of something. I'm not going to worry about that. This one never has anybody hanging outside. Oh, a letter from the town hall. But since we know the imposter likes to mimic people, you need to stay on higher alert, because they can use identical letters to exactly copy your username. And if it actually gets smarter, he'll copy my profile. Okay. Thanks for the tip. Julia's Enchanted Corner. As you're aware, your shop is an exceptional case, and the privilege of practicing your profession has been granted with a prior exclusive approval of the town hall. We wish you best of luck serving the city with your shop, Julia's Enchanted Corner. They put my name instead of Mom's? Could it have been a mistake? Either way, I had already been thinking about changing the shop's name. I guess this was just the push I needed to do it. I can't believe it's already been a week. Someone had told me a week ago that I had been in Mom's shop. I would have thought they were crazy. You know, Julia, you never knew what fate has in store. Since when do you believe in fate? Let's say fate is what each person forges for themselves. And I was sure you were forging this fate for yourself. But I still have lots more to work on. Julia, you know that's not true. This week has been the biggest test you could have taken. But the truth is, I feel much more at ease knowing that Spirit Town will be in good hands. Your hands. Oh, I see Edmund hasn't wasted any time. See you later. Edmund, what happened? I don't know, Julia. After being so stunning a couple days ago, I thought it would be exactly the same. That's what I thought at first, but the next day it started wilting again, and now... Don't worry, Edmund, I'm sure Mary knows what to do. I hope so. I don't know what to do anymore. Time to get Mary. Hello, my love. I can see my flower isn't at her best right now. You can see for yourself. I don't understand the point you were trying to prove, Mary. My love, what's happening with the plant is simpler than you think. What is it? I did everything you said. And the same thing happened again and again. It looked like it was going to be better, and then it started wilting again. Thanks to the yay. Edmund, you know I'll always be with you, don't you? I don't understand. How is it related to... Do you know? We're going to be apart for a while, but you have to go on with your life. You need to take care of Alice, of Catherine, but especially of yourself. I know, Mary, but what does this have to any... what does any of this have to do with... Do you remember the very first thing you did the day we moved into our home? That was a long time ago. What did you do while you were making dinner every day? I don't know. What did I do? I know you remember, Edmund, but you don't want to say it. If Julia could help me. Is there something to help remember what you used to do when you were happy? When Edmund was happy? I'll check my spellbook. Back in a second. Would it be happy moments or would it be forgotten thoughts? Poor Edmund doesn't know what to say. If you want my professional opinion, Edmund knows perfectly well what he used to do. What do you mean? Edmund knows perfectly well what he used to do in those happy moments, but he doesn't want to say it. Why? Because he doesn't want to worry Mary. He doesn't want her to know how he really feels. I see. Either way, cast the spell. We'll know for sure in a moment. Is it happy memories or happy moments? I'm Gonna say happy moments. Hopefully that's what it is. Dahlia, Twilight Water, Ruby. Dahlia, Twilight Water, Ruby. Yay! It was just what we needed. Do you remember now, Edmund? You know you remember Edmund. I used to sing. You used to sing? My Edmund used to spend the whole day singing. It was really easy to tell when he was doing well and when there was something wrong. Making breakfast in the car, he was always humming some tune. Well, it wasn't that much. Edmund, you don't have to pretend. We're among friends. When was the last time you sang? When you left, I stopped singing. The funny thing is, during these days, knowing I was going to see you again, I felt happy. And you were humming or singing along to music, weren't you? Yes. Plants are more sensitive than we think, and our emotion affects them. In your case, Edmund, the plant could feel you fading away when you stop singing. Right now, our family needs you more than ever. But I don't know what to do without you, my love. The solution isn't to wish to see me again, Edmund. I feel that today will be the last day Julia will be able to summon me again. And I want that plant to keep going stronger than ever, brighter, more beautiful. Don't worry, we'll see each other again, but you'll still have so much left to live. Okay, don't worry, we'll see each other again, but you still have so much left to live. These days coming by the shop, seeing you again, talking with Julia and you, I've remembered who I used to be. What I felt being with you, Mary. After these days in the hospital, coming home must have been very hard. Yesterday I was talking with our daughter and we talked about the time I used to work in the store. She said that she wanted to see the father she remembered again. How long has it been since I left, Edmund? It'll be a year soon. It's a full year? Wow. And all this time you haven't talked to anyone about this? Not really, only with you and with Julia. I've been able to remember what I haven't been able to do before. In the end, the only help you needed for the flower to bloom again was within yourself. So it seems. We often underestimate the power we can have on our own surroundings. And remember that now we can all speak together thanks to Edmund's deep love and feelings. Otherwise, it would have been impossible to speak with you, Mary. These days have been truly intense, and I wanted to bring you something before you left, Mary. What is it? This photo. Aww, my little one. She's so big now. Reminded me that with everything that's happened, we had a good life. One I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. Don't forget that I love you forever and ever. I could never forget it. You know you're the love of my life. Aww. Julia, you have no idea how grateful I am to you. It's been a pleasure to meet such a lovely couple. Well, I still have a lot of work to do. Facing all of this had been healing, but I also know I have to learn to keep living without Mary. I just did a run through of all our servers. Thanks, I did look to make sure that they weren't in any mutual servers. Or I keep looking from time to time. Either way, even if we can no longer summon Mary, our loved ones are always here with us. That's what I want to believe. What happened? Oh, it's Happy again. I suppose Mary hadn't quite said her goodbyes yet. She always knew how to surprise me. Thank you, Julia. Thank you both. Oh, we don't know who it is. May I come in? Of course. Aww, Lucy, Julia. You look very happy, Lucy. Look who's with me. Lovely to meet you, Julia. Carmen, her mom. I'm Carmen, Lucy's mother. I'm glad to see you here, Carmen. Lucy's been talking about nothing but you lately. Mom wanted to come with me, too. Say goodbye to my mother. I understand. Can you call Grandma, Julia? Of course. What's weird is that she hasn't appeared on her own. Does she do that often? I think this is going to be one of the first times I summon her. My mother has always had a lot of initiative. Yes, she does. Hello, Carmen. Mom, I'm glad you came. Lucy insisted, and she told me that if she had been able to see her father one last time, she would have wanted to. And I thought that maybe she was right. I told Mom what Julia helped me remember. Dad's hug. When your father passed, the only thing I could think about was that he wouldn't get to see you grow up. You were the person he loved most in this world, Lucy. When you were born, we were going to name you Carmen after me, but at the last second he told me you were his light. So we named you that, his light, Lucy. Do you miss Dad? More than anything in the world. Bye, RX. Have a good evening. I also miss your grandfather and your grandmother. When your father left us, Lucy.
And then that's it.
Okay, no more.
No more.
Have a good evening. When your father left us, Lucia came here to speak with him. Do you know what he told me? What? He told me to take care of you and your mother. And you've done it well, Mom. But now I'm leaving. I have to pass this responsibility on to someone else. Mom, Lucy, my darling, I need you to ask to take care of your mom. Me? Your mother has been through a lot these years. Your grandfather, your father, and now me. I want you to be the one who looks after her. I want you to support each other. Lucy, when your mother can't carry the groceries up, help her. Don't wait for your mother to ask you to clean her room or your room. And hug her when she needs it. Okay. Carmen, when you don't know what's going on with Lucy, give her space. Be there with her. When Lucy is ready to share, she will. Right, Lucy? Yes. Do you both promise to take care of each other? I promise, Mom. I'll try to take things more slowly. And I promise you say the same, Lucy. Lucy's old enough to know how much she needs her mother. I promise to, Grandma. I'll do my best. And Carmen, no matter how much you think you can handle everything on your own, you'll always need Lucy. You're light. Grandma, thank you. When I first came to the shop, I thought I was the only one having a hard time. I thought that Mom couldn't understand me. But now I know that the one who didn't understand Mom was me. I'm a little girl who thinks she's all grown up. Lucy, what you said proves that you're no longer a child. One of the hardest things we learn as we grow up is to understand that we are not the only ones who suffer. And not everyone learns that lesson. That's very true, Julia. Lucy, you have just thought about your mom before yourself. That is the greatest proof that we can no longer treat you as a child. I suppose if none of this had happened, I wouldn't have understood it. As we lose the people we love, we understand how important they were in our lives. As a reminder, we can keep those lessons with us. It's time to say goodbye. No, do you have to go, Mom? I feel that this is no longer my place. Thank you, Julia, for giving me these last moments with my family. It's been a pleasure. Grandma, will we see each other again? Of course, sweetheart, in many years' time, but I will always be by your side, even if you can't see me. Carmen, Lucy, remember that I will always love you. I love you so much, Mom. So I'm going to cry all these goodbyes. And oh, goodbyes are never easy. But remember, this is not a goodbye. It's a see you later. Thank you so much, Julia, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you both. Julia, can I come and see you another day? How could I turn down a friend's visit? See you, Julia. So cute. Now I gotta hear what happened with Carmen and Lily. Not Carmen, Lily and I forget her name. I think this has helped Carmen a great deal. The poor thing had been holding on too much in. She's watched her world fall apart these past years. It can't be easy to recover from all of that. Nothing is easy when someone leaves, but you'll see how people end up finding strength when they least expect it. Like when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk? I wouldn't have put it that way, but yeah, something like that. Mom, I think I can see Carol through the window, and I'm off! They're together! Yay! Lily! So lovely to meet you in person, Julia. Carol, so you were right yesterday when you left. But what happened? When I ran out of the shop yesterday, I knew exactly where Lily had gone, where it all began, where we met. Carol thought in that moment that maybe he wanted us to stop being together. When we argued that night, I thought the best thing was to distance myself. I don't know why nor what for, but I needed some distance. That's why I wanted to go back and remember how everything was before. I wanted to relive the day I met Carol. So glad you found each other again. When I left the cafe, I could only think about going back to the hostel where we met. I think that's right, but since Carol worked at a hospital nearby and I had grown fond of their carrot cake, chance brought us together there years ago. The first days I started working at that hospital as a doctor, I didn't have a place yet, so for a month I lived in that hostel. The thing is, I decided to go there. I needed to think about what had happened. So you didn't want to talk to Carol? At that moment, I didn't feel like talking to Carol. And I spent the first night at the hostel. But then everything was very strange. What happened? The next day I got up, had breakfast, and went outside the hostel to call Carol since I was out of range. That was the day I came here to see you, Julia. But then, as you know, I couldn't call Carol, and a car hit me a couple streets away from the hostel. That area is very hilly, and unfortunately the mobile signal is not exactly the best. When I woke up, I was in a hospital and very disoriented. Couldn't remember anything. Not even who I was. But every now and then you would both appear in my dreams and make me remember everything. Except where we could find her. That would have been a great help for sure. When I arrived at the hostel, they told me she hadn't showed up in a few days. The first thing I did was call the hospital in town, and I found her straight away. I thought the police had already called all hospitals in the area. They did, but they hadn't extended the search radius that far. Julia, is this normal? Well, it's not like I have too much experience, but... Mom! Hello, girls. Lovely to meet you. I'm Cynthia, Julia's mother. Lovely to meet you, Cynthia. But how? What? Don't be afraid, Lily. This is how you used to appear when we saw you. I was a spit. Not quite, since your time hadn't ended yet. On the other hand, mine had already ended. Mine has already ended. Though I don't want to get into annoying witch technicalities. Why do you appear all of a sudden? Lily, what happened to you is not normal. But it says a lot about the relationship you have with Carol. You love her more than your own spirit. What do you mean? When you were in the hospital, you unconsciously sought out Carol. You wanted to be with her in any way, and you managed it. What you have between you is something very rare, and you must cherish it. Thank you, Cynthia. Though I didn't need you to tell me that. I already knew. I'm sure you did. I just wanted you to know. I'll leave you to keep talking. When I saw you both here while I was in the hospital, I could only remember raw feelings, the odd memory. But what I remembered the most is how much I love you, Carol. When we argued the other day, I was selfish. I should have fought harder for us and not been putting my work ahead of you. I know I can't always come first, and that there are moments you need to dedicate to yourself. It's not your fault, Carol. I'm grateful to you both for coming to tell me everything. And I'm glad to have met Lily in a more conventional way. We have to thank you for that, Julia. We are eternally grateful to you. As long as you stop by every now and then to say hello, that's enough for me. Consider it done. Of course. Yay! I'm so glad she's okay. I'm glad it all ended well. Truth be told, before they came, I had already feared the worst. It was a complicated situation, but you've seen that gift is good for much more than contacting those who have already gone. I'm glad I was able to face a situation like that with your help, Mom. You would have managed just as well on your own, I'm sure. I guess. I think it's time for you to rest, Julia. It has been a very long week. You haven't even taken a day off. I hadn't thought about it. You need to learn to switch off. Tomorrow you may think about putting up a sign with your opening hours, Monday to Friday. That way no one will be caught off guard. That's a great idea. I think I'll tidy up the shop a little before I leave. I've left all the cauldron's ingredients scattered everywhere. But don't take too long. You need to go home and rest. Dad? Ah, hello, Julia. What? What are you doing here? Well, I've come to see you. Can't I? Of course you can. It's just that I didn't expect to see you here today. I've taken too long to come. Dad, you don't have to. Yes, I do, Julia. Let me say it. When you started talking about reopening the shop, I didn't understand it. Or I didn't want to understand it. I know. Every time I thought about the shop being open, I could only think of your mother. How much I miss her. Dad, me too. Every single day. I know, sweetheart. But I wasn't as brave as you. Seeing you here, sitting on that chair, it was like seeing her ghost. And I didn't know if I could handle that. What about now? Now? Now I think I should have come by sooner. Dad, Mom has been asking about you the whole week. I know. You knew? I figured. If it had been me, I would have done the same. I wish I had come by sooner to be able to see her. Ah, well, as you can see, you can. Huh, they're together, Cynthia. Hello? How long have you been listening? Long enough. Mom. Hello, sweetheart. You're both doing very well, by the way. Were you listening from the very beginning? Maybe? I miss you. I know. Every single day, Cynthia. I know, Vincent. They're gonna make me cry. What's the matter, Julia? Nothing? I'd just forgotten about this. What? What you two were like together. As if no time had passed at all. For me, it hasn't. For me, and neither. Do you remember the first day you came in here? How could I ever forget? I miss my grandparents. Your father came to see my mother when he was little, and I was here that day. I miss them, but even though I couldn't speak with them, I met your mother. Was I the consolation prize? Something like that. I see that Lucy's situation is more common than I imagined. Grandchildren are the ones who miss their grandparents the most. The thing is, your father came in, your grandmother told him she couldn't contact them, and he stayed for 2 hours playing with me, tossing ingredients into the cauldron. 2 hours? Julie, it was very hard to leave once your mom started talking. I was the one who told you it was getting late. That's true. But you came back the next day. Yes, I came back the next day. And the day after. And the day after that. Some days she wanted us to go for ice cream. Some other days to go out and play on the street. Any excuse was good enough to come and see you. They were good years, Cynthia. The best years of my life. Hey. Yes? That goes for you too, you know. I know. I just got something in my eye. Aww. Both eyes at once? Dad! They're all laughing. Vincent! I want you to listen to what I'm going to tell you. I'm listening. I know how lonely you have felt this past year. I can't imagine what it would be like to wake up without you beside me. Cynthia, let me finish. You have to keep going, Vincent. Not for me. For yourself. I don't know how to do that. Yes, you do. You're doing it right now. You walk through that door. That's no small thing. Julia needs you, even if she doesn't always know how to ask you. Mom, it's true. We both know you take after me in that. And you need Julia. This shop doesn't have to remind you only of me. It has to remind you of both It has to remind you of us both. I'll try. Don't try. Do it. All right. I'm proud of you both. Did you know? Sometimes we forget. Well, don't forget it. Take care of her. Always. And let them take care of you too. I'm not so good at that. I know. That's why I'm telling you. Mom? So? Yes, it's time. I feel that it's time. But, Cynthia, I love you both. Both of you. Always. No! Are you all right? Yes, I think so. Me too. Your mother always said that spirits don't stay here because of unfinished business. Something that only happened in movies. But I'm sure she's been here until she knew she could help us. You and me. You might be right. You know what? What? You've been here alone all week and I haven't even invited you for a meal. Haha, Dad. Are you hungry? I'm always hungry. Come on then. Lock up and let's go. Right now? Do you have something better to do? Better than going to eat the whole menu at a restaurant with you? I don't think so. Come on, sweetheart. Aww. I've completed Spirit Tale. Aww. Wow. Going through all of the ending. Thanks to everyone who helped us with your feedback. Oh, we're even in there. Aww. Thanks for playing Spirit Talk. We hope you enjoyed. How sweet. Well, it is past times and our game is ended, so that's up a long time later. Okay, now there's an epilogue. We gotta go to the epilogue. A new day. Who will I meet today? Epilogue, sometime later. Julia, do you know how long you've been at your shop now? Don't tell me, it makes my head spin. 1 year, more or less. Wow, you're right. When I arrived in Spirit Town, I didn't notice when I started belonging here, either. Then one day I simply belonged. How did you realize? Stop thinking about it. When you no longer ask yourself if you fit in. Do I fit in? Julia, it's been months since the last time you asked yourself that question. That says it all. By the way, I have something for you. It's a jasmine. Harold, that jasmine is very important to you. I know. Thank you so much. Take good care of it. And if anything goes wrong, you know who to call. 2 doors away. Exactly, 2 doors away. Just trying to see if there's any changes. You're just in time, Julia. What for? To be the last person I speak to as a pharmacist. Wasn't it about time for this old man to retire? Edgard, don't give me that look. 60 years is a long time, and I think it was well overdue. What will you do tomorrow? Sleep in. For the first time in many years. And after that? After that, we'll see. I have time. Haha. Aww. I had a feeling this morning. Good or bad. This time I can tell you it's a good one. Though I'm not going to give you any more details. Of course not. How do you feel? Good. Really good? It shows. What about you? Me too. Though mine has more to do with you than with the shop. With me? You've been my Thursday tea companion for months now. It's just the closest thing to Thursday sessions I used to have with your mother. I hope I could fill her shoes. You filled yours, which is different. And better. Oh. I don't know how long this is. Still can't get used to seeing my name on the signs. Oh, it's Julia's. Suppose Mom and Grandma felt the same way. Oh, her dad! Dad! Hello, Julia. What are you doing here at this hour? Feeding the cat? Aw, the kitty came and she adopted the kitty. Like every day. Yes, but you usually get here before I open. I got held up today. Can't I? Haha, Dad, of course you can. Meow. This animal. What's wrong? When I arrive, he ignores me completely. And when I leave, he finishes all the food. Haha. It's not funny at all. It's absolutely hilarious. Shadow, why don't you thank Dad for feeding you? Meow, meow. I see. They're laughing over it. On a different topic, how is everything going? Well, this week has been quite a lot, though some friends came by to visit. Anyone from those you've already helped? Yes, actually, Paul came with Mateo. How old is he now? Older than Paul would like. Time. I know. Alex no longer appears, but Paul says that when he listens to the song, he feels him nearby. I'm glad it ended that way. Me too. What about Edmund? He came around last week to bring me a souvenir from a trip he had taken with his grandchildren. Where did they go? Where he had planned with Mary, they traveled to Japan. I'm glad he fulfilled his dream and shared it with his family. He's much better now. He told me he puts on a new record every week because he spends a lot of time in the new record shop that opened last year. What about the flower? More radiant than ever. I'm glad to hear that. It made me happy too. Meow! Shadow says that too. Do you know that cat has been here longer than any client who's ever come through the shop? Ha ha. It's true. Although I think Lucy wants to take that title since when she comes by she sits in the armchair with him and ends up sleeping the whole afternoon away. Now, I can't imagine the shop without them. Your mother would have said that you were destined to understand each other. I suppose so. And what about Lily and Carol? Any news? They sent me a postcard from Spain. Lily was doing research for a new detective novel. They've traveled that far? It's not that far, is it? I suppose it depends on how you look at it. They're in Seville. How lucky. They told me that if I ever went to Seville, I had to try the whiskey sirloin. What a curious combination. Haha. That's what I thought. Hey! I brought you something. What is it? They developed it a few days ago at the photo shop. It had been forgotten in a drawer for months. What photo is it? Aww. I didn't remember I was taking a photo. Harold took it. He said it was mandatory. It feels like it was a long time ago, and yet no time at all. Mom would have loved to be in this photo. I'll frame the photo and we'll put it in the shop, in case she ever comes to visit us again so she can see it. Dad, you know that. I know, but do you feel that? No. I guess that's it. Maybe Mom was the cat, or maybe the spirit of... Maybe I could see maybe the spirit of the grandmother. I don't know. But we now have come to the end of this game. We'll have to figure out what to do next Thursday. I would like to continue with Outbound, hopefully on Mondays. I've been kind of slacking a little on sharing that. But I'll have to think about a new game. I love anything cute and cozy, so if you have any suggestions for me, let me know in the comments. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day and week ahead. Bye, everybody.